for 2 years watching this every night, Daddy's Little Girl by Tyler Perry, because very rarely do you see the black man showcased in being a loving and caring father. But we don't talk about how many black men now are raising their children without the help of the mother. Because with all these drugs that they done pumped in the communities and all this trying to destroy us, but it really got to them more than us. And now women are not stepping up like they used to, which it wasn't right when women were stuck with the children. We need balance again, African people. We need to balance ourselves off. We need both mother and father. We need the family unit to unite as one. So when we celebrate being a happy Father's Day, I receive that only if I met that responsibility, only if I met that obligation, only if I stood up and did what I was supposed to do as a man, as a father, as a husband, and to rear my children. But you got a lot of people out here, they're gonna tell them Happy Father's Day, and they don't know how much a diaper costs, but they got infant children. They don't know how much Similac costs. You see? But they're gonna take it on with a big old puff chest. No, we got to stop celebrating people that's doing nothing. Nah, we don't throw them away. We have to educate them. And we have to bring them back up to the point that, dude, being a father comes with responsibility. Being a father comes with, is obligatory. And it don't never go away. Because once you become a father, then more than likely you're gonna become a grandfather. And you know your job don't stop. So my thing is, can we get back to where we used to be? You know, can we get back to where the whole community belonged to all of us? Y'all remember those days? Most of us in here do. When it was the community, like they say, take a village to raise a child. Where the village at? But Curtis Mayfield say, that's the sleeping giant, the village. But the sleeping giant is no longer sleeping bed. Now remember, it's a monumental task, saints of God, because there are 5% of us that's trying to wake up 90%. It's not an easy job, but it's necessary. The only way that we're going to be a vibrant people, the only way that we're going to return back to our original state of being is if we get to work waking our brothers up. Say, come on, brother. And that's what I be doing. And don't let me see a brother holding his kid. Oh, I got to go tell him. I have to go shake his hand, and I have to encourage him, and I have to tell him how proud I am to see him. And you should see how it lighten their eyes, you know. And that's what I'm saying. The very people that they have us afraid of is the very people that need us to show them some love, to show them some kindness, to speak positively into their lives. I'm telling you, I don't care how gangster they look. Like I say, fresh out the penitentiary, whatever. What can you do to me? That's what the Bible said. The Bible said a man that's scared to lose his life don't have life, because you're walking around in fear. But a man that will give his life for his brother is committing a godly act. And I'm telling you, very rarely do you meet resistance. And most of the time, their brothers will stop and talk with you. They might talk their stuff when they're walking off, but they're interested, you know, because we have to reinvest in ourselves. It's unfortunate that everybody know who we are but us. You know, I think I talked about this last Sunday, when on the lake from Elysian Field to West End, supposed to be the white side. From Elysian Field to the bridge was our side. Now the Spanish people taking it over. But that's the best side, because that's the only side you can swim on. See, we had what was good. But we wanted more, but what we created was a materialistic society. We created dependents, not creators, not developers, not people that understand that they have or overstand they have the entrepreneur spirit inside of them. That almost everything we utilize today was made by people that look like us with way less of, listen to this, with way less money available to them, with way less excess available to them, with way less everything available to them, but the will to succeed. That's what they had. They had a will to succeed, and they succeeded. And in that success, we see today air conditioning, we see refrigerators, we see red lights, we see cell phones. Look, NASA kept a secret for over 20 years that it was 3 black women that was really responsible for them being able to get up to the moon. See, they kept that a secret. So they don't want us to know who we are. But the information is out here. We have to look ourselves to find who we are, what we come from, and what our responsibilities are. We cannot expect our information to come from the enemy and for it to be beneficial to us. All they do, what they do, they show you a small group of black people not doing good, but all these young black people, look, all these young people that graduated from colleges as doctors, as pharmacists, and all that stuff, how much TV time you saw? How many times you saw Xavier, Dillard, and all their graduations on the news? Serious. How many times you saw them? I ain't see them no time. How many times you saw Grambling graduation on the news? How many times you saw Southern? How many times? But you saw, I'm sure, LSU. I mean, do I just look at the wrong channel? I mean, maybe I'm not looking at the same channel y'all looking at, but that's all I saw. And I said, now all these young people, and then another myth? Another myth is that they have more black men in prison than in college. That's a myth. That's not the truth. But again, who we getting this information from? So we have to start encouraging our young men in particular, but our young sisters too. Because it's a young sister have a vested interest in a man knowing who he is. Because that's who's going to be her nurturer. That's going to be her protector. That's going to be the one that provides for her and her children when she can't, when she's pregnant and shouldn't be working. When she stay home to nurture the children until they get to a reasonable age. Now, these children going to nursery at a month old. 2 months old, because the young lady got to get back to work because this stuff all messed up. Rat race. You're right, Doc, and that's what I tell them about the rat race. Get out of it. Get out of the rat race. Let's go back to when things were simplistic. We thought, and I remember being a part of that conversation, like, I'm going to make life better for my children. Then now I question how stupid that was. Because it was stupid. Because everything we had, our parents didn't have a lot of money. We didn't have excess. I told them we had 1 pair of tennis shoes. We didn't have 10. We got a pair of skates for Christmas. We skated, and in the summer we made a skateboard. That shiny ball, we made our own slingshots. We had to make our own stuff. We had to be creative. But now, everything is just there for you. Every time a phone gets smarter, it's intended for you to get dumber. You see, we don't realize how they're taking over our mind. We slowly allow them to consume us. And if we don't wake up, as Curtis Mayfield say, if we don't wake up and get it, then guess what? We are losing. And Marcus Garvey, Marcus Garvey collected enough money in 1918. Now, you know black people didn't have good jobs or a lot of money in 1918. But Marcus Garvey collected enough money to buy 3 ships with. Because black people had a purpose. Barack Obama collected enough money. He started out his campaign with $2,000. They didn't even take him serious. By the time they started taking him serious, he had an Excel pass. And why? Because he knew how to energize the base. Because he took time to live amongst the base. See, he graduated. He was wanted on Wall Street, but he had other plans. So he went back to the community, invested in the community, and now his name will be in history forever, because he understood what was needed. So what he did, his base was $5, $10. He changed the way that these people are going to campaign for the next 100 years. It didn't take a lot, and that's our thing. We think we have to all be millionaires to have success, but all we have to do is put up our $2, $3, $5 a piece and put it together and let it work together, and then we see what we can accomplish. And what they call Black Wall Street in Tulsa, the money circulated 103 times before it left the community, in the community. So it was from one black hand to another. Now, the dollar in the black community don't stay in the black community 7 hours. In less than 7 hours, it's out of there. So what happened to 103 times opposed to seven hours? 103 days. No, times. It's a year plus to 7 hours. What happened? Again, I had some brothers that was really, angry with Dr. King, because they said his fighting for integration caused us to fall. Dr. King fighting for integration didn't cause us to fall. Dr. King was troubled, and I showed him on an verbal interview he did. He said he feel like he integrated his people into a burning building. Because once they got integrated, the white man ice got colder. Once they got integrated, no longer was they united and together, because they wanted to go. Why we always want the forbidden fruit? So when you hear that story about the forbidden fruit, that's what it was. The forbidden fruit was to want something that's covetousness, want something that someone else have that stole it from you. There's no other people on the planet that have examples that we have as a people. But most of us don't even know that. When you start asking people those simple questions, they can't answer it. Do we really know the stock that we come from, y'all? Do we really know who we are? Do we know that we don't need them to help us get out of our current situation? If we work together, put our little pennies together, that we can succeed. Not only can we succeed, we'll excel. Why? Because everything that we know is from us. So we can do this thing. They even try to put education in a way that we can't get it. The educational system. Carter G. Woodson said in The Miseducation Negro, he said the higher up in education you go, the more indoctrinated you become, because all they're doing is filling you with them. Not saying that education is bad, but you have to keep your mind open even as you excel in education, because that is the goal. The goal is to make you out a slave again. So I make 6 figures, but I'm in debt out the wazoo. Why? Because I have to have a Mercedes. I have to live in a big old house. It's just me, but I buy a 4-bedroom house. I have to have an expensive car. I have to wear the newest clothes that come out. Newsflash, denim is denim.